What is good, everyone? Halfway through summer already. Can you believe it? I looked and it's been basically a month since my last video here. I blinked and I was like, okay, whoa. It's been a stressful summer in some ways. My car broke and it's been in and out of the shop and getting inspections, and they're trying to figure out, oh, is this a warranty part, all that stuff. So it's been tough. I've got the car back now, but just that and the regular stresses of bills and real job and life and all that, it's doldrums of summer, to say the least. But I have been getting out there on my bike, not as much as the previous months. It's also hot, so you have to get on the trail like 7 a.m. or you're just gonna be way too hot on the ride. But I've been watching a lot of mountain bike YouTube, and I love this space. It's so cool. If you don't know, I've been making gaming YouTube content since like 2011. I'll have my channel linked down below. And mountain biking YouTube was always a few years behind some of the other niches, at least like with gaming. And so it's been funny to see the different trends that happen in like gaming strategically from like a content standpoint, and how that kind of resonates or echoes, I guess, on the mountain bike side just 2 or 3 years later. And there's been a really cool movement, I feel like, that's happened in the last 4 or 5 years with biking, the direct-to-consumer brands. There are more affordable options to get into the sport than there were 10 years ago, I feel like. There are also lots of 10 and 12 grand mountain bikes, and the e-bike prices are huge. It's wild. This has always been a sport that makes me scratch my head. Why is it so expensive? But this movement I've seen online is creators highlighting the importance of getting new people into the sport with these affordable platforms. I was at Walmart the other day. I looked at the Ozark Trail, that $400 hardtail. And it's pretty sick for $400 that you can get this 1x, hydraulic disc brake hardtail. It's probably a pretty great option for somebody who's not ready to go throw $1,500 as their first, jumping off point with the sport. But the other side of this movement is so much content just dunking on big brands and criticizing like how out of touch the industry is and how bike companies need to do this and people don't need that. And the funny thing is, I agree with the core of the message. Like, more affordability and getting more people into the sport is super important. It's just the packaging. YouTube rewards negativity. And so you watch one of these videos dunking on like bike brands for being out of touch, all of a sudden you're just seeing a flood of that stuff over and over again. And I want to talk about a cool tip, basically, curating your own algorithm, creating this better way to see content and support the stuff that will make you stoked on the sport rather than getting too trapped in the negativity loop. This is going to sound cheesy and kind of cringe, but I have an old iPod. I've been restoring it. I put an SD card mod in. This is the iPod I had when I was younger. Super cool to have like a physical media player like that again. But I'm listening in the car driving, and a Creed song comes on. Middle school flashbacks for sure. I think the song is What If, and there's a line that says, what consumes your thoughts controls your life. And it's pretty true. What you watch, what you scroll is, very important, and it feeds your mind. And if you're continually, seeing videos that like, hey, this sport is broken, this company is a scam, it starts to mess with your mindset a little bit. You become a little bit more skeptical, a little bit less stoked on the sport, a little bit more jaded. And I've fallen into this trap before. And I think it is incredibly important, now more than ever, to subscribe to creators you like and use the subscription page more often than not. The homepage is literally designed to grab you. Like, it knows you better than you know yourself. It's got all the data on you from everything you've watched ever. And it's making this mixture to put in front of you the bright, amazing, colorful thumbnails and titles that it knows you have the highest likelihood of getting distracted with, clicking with. And nowhere in that formula is it prioritizing, is it quality content. It's purely engagement based. And the engagement algorithm that all of these platforms use, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, it's all about rewarding criticism and outrage and negativity. The algorithm thinks, hey, you lingered on that rant video a little bit. You must want more of that. And before you know it, your whole feed just becomes frustration. And if that's all you're seeing, your perception of the sport becomes like, oh man, what a crummy sport. Everything sucks. These big bike brands are the worst. Now, here's the deal. I've been riding for 23 years, I guess, or 22. I don't know. I raced for a bunch of years, got to be a pro for a few years, and I've definitely seen there are shenanigans when it comes to the marketing side of mountain bike brands. They're always coming up with a new gimmick or gadget or doohickey or standard or something that invalidates all of the current tech, and you must have it and you need it, and this new frame design, it's so much better than the last. And I will say a lot of the time that's just not true. We've entered into a pretty cool time with the sport where 29-inch modern geometry trail bikes are incredible, and they really are a platform that I don't think we're going to see massive innovation from in the near future. I think we're going to have iterative development, but no big leaps like what we saw in the last decade. When I was racing, it was all 26ers. Okay, there was no 27.5 yet. When I was finishing racing, 27.5 came into the mix. But that period between like 26 to where we are now is full of so many gimmicks, okay? You had the 27.5 mid whatever, the fat wheel standard, which probably was super fun to ride, but oh wait, now you need a different frame for some of these manufacturers and a different fork for some of these manufacturers. And all of a sudden you start to see, oh, it works really well on the bike manufacturer's side or favor or whatever, if they just keep reinventing the wheel and you have to rebuy everything every couple of years, right? At the end of the day, like, if you got a bike, go ride the bike. This is a huge luxury. It's such a fun sport, and I still have some of my old 26-inch bikes. I've taken them out. Like if my main bike's in the shop, I rode an old 27.5 stump jumper that I got in 2015 or 16. That bike is sick. It's so fun to ride. Now, it's got such a slack seat tube angle. It's miserable. It's like your feet are pedaling in front of you. They didn't quite have all of this stuff figured out at that time, but it's totally a bike you could continue to ride to this day and have a wonderful time. If you're not racing, right, you really can just enjoy the sport for what it is. Now, maybe I'm getting a little off topic here, but I'm trying to say that movement of affordability and encouraging this option of getting new people into the sport, I think that's great. But unfortunately, the way the algorithms work, a creator gets huge success making it framed with a critical title and thumbnail. All of a sudden, that's all the content that they start to make. And if you're consuming it like regularly, it can totally shape your view of the sport in a negative way. And for me, like, mountain biking is just, it's the coolest. It's one of my favorite hobbies of all time. And I want to be pretty cautious about what I'm putting in, even if I agree with a lot of those sentiments. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. Definitely sound off in the comments if you made it this far. So thanks for watching. Hope your summer is going really well. Use that subscription button. Or, not saying subscribe to the channel. You could, though, if you enjoyed this video. But start bookmarking that subscriptions page and using it more. Try it for a week. I bet you will see a difference in how you feel. Thanks. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you again very soon.